Hey there, and welcome. So it kind of feels like the letters AI are just everywhere all of a sudden, right? If you've been hearing that term thrown around and you're feeling like you totally missed the memo, please don't worry. We are going to break this all down super simple, one step at a time.
And you know what? Let's just start right there. If you're feeling even a tiny bit out of the loop with all this buzz, just take a breath. That feeling is completely normal, and I promise you, you are absolutely not the only one.
So, yeah, feeling overwhelmed by AI? Our whole goal here is not to give you some technical lecture. Nope. Let's just think of this as a calm conversation. We're just here to clear things up. No confusing jargon allowed.
I mean, it's a real mix of feelings, isn't it? You might be super curious about what this stuff can do, but at the same time, you're a little cautious. Or maybe the sheer speed of it all just feels overwhelming, like you're being left behind. All of those feelings, they're totally valid and really, really common.
Okay, but here is the good news, and this is probably the most important thing I'll say. You do not need to be a coder or some tech genius to get this. We're just going to talk about simple ideas in a really straightforward way. No special skills required, I promise.
And I mean this. Seriously, just let that sink in for a second. You have not missed the boat. You are not playing catch up. The very fact that you're curious enough to be listening right now, it means you are right on time.
All right. So now that we've got that settled, let's actually talk about what AI is. And like we said, we're going to think about it in a really familiar, simple way. Okay, deep breath. Here it is. At its core, artificial intelligence, or AI, is really just a type of computer program. That's it. But it's a special kind of program, one that's designed to help us out with thinking tasks. Things like organizing a bunch of information or spotting patterns.
Now, this is a really, really important one to get straight. AI is not human thought. It doesn't have feelings or opinions or consciousness. What it is a super fast assistant, one that learns from a ton of examples, gets really good at recognizing patterns, and then just follows our instructions. It's all about data, not drama.
I love this analogy because it just makes it all click, right? Think of AI like a very fast assistant. I mean, imagine an assistant who could read through a million files in a second just to find one specific pattern for you. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. It's about that incredible speed and pattern matching, not actual genuine thought.
Okay, so where is this fast assistant actually showing up in the real world? Well, you might be surprised because it's probably already part of your daily life, just quietly working behind the scenes.
And honestly, this is often the big aha moment for people. This isn't some crazy sci-fi thing from the future. It is already here, and you're probably already using it without even realizing it's woven into the apps and devices we use every single day. Do any of these sound familiar? That spam filter in your email that magically catches all the junk? That's AI. The way your streaming service recommends a movie you end up loving? Yep, AI. That voice assistant on your phone? Or the Maps app that reroutes you around traffic? Even those little grammar suggestions when you're typing? It's all AI, and it's already helping out. All right, so let's dig a little deeper into how this stuff works. And maybe more importantly, let's talk about what it's really for. Because this next part is all about AI being a helper, not a replacement. So how does it actually learn? Well, let's use an analogy. Imagine a giant, endless filing cabinet. Step one, the AI basically looks through millions and millions of files, words, images, all kinds of data. Step two, as it's doing this, it starts to notice similarities and patterns. And then step three, when you give it a new request, it just uses those patterns it found to give you what it thinks is the best response. The key word there is patterns. It's matching, not actually understanding. Okay, time to bust some myths. Let's start with the big one, the idea that AI is coming to replace everyone's jobs. The reality, AI is really good at helping with the repetitive, boring, or super time-consuming tasks. This actually frees up people to focus on the things we're great at, like making the final decisions or coming up with creative ideas. All right, myth number two, the big one from the movies. Is AI conscious or alive? The reality is, nope. Not even a little bit. It has zero awareness, zero emotions, zero intentions. Think of it like a really, really smart calculator. It's a powerful tool, but at the end of the day, it's just a tool. And let's tackle one more myth, that you have to be some kind of technical genius to use AI.
The truth is, so many of these new tools are being designed specifically for everyday people. You don't need to write code. You just talk to them or type in plain, normal language. The whole point is to make them easy for everyone to use. And please, always remember this. You stay in control. You're in the driver's seat. AI might give you suggestions, but you are the one who decides what's useful. You can accept what it says, you can edit it, or you can just completely ignore it. You are always in charge. So, what's your next calm step? Look, the goal here isn't to go out and become an AI expert overnight. It's just about feeling a little more comfortable with the whole topic. That's it. That's the only goal.
So, if you take away just a few things from our chat today, let it be these. First, AI is a tool, not a living thing. Second, it's here to help with thinking tasks, not to replace your human judgment. Third, you absolutely don't need any special skills to get the basics. And finally, and maybe most importantly, you are not behind. And to wrap up, let me just leave you with this little question to think about. Just for a second, forget all the tech talk. Just think about your day-to-day life. What is one task, just one little thing, that you wish were easier? Maybe it's organizing photos, planning meals for the week, or just writing tricky emails. Because really, that's where all of this starts. It starts with seeing AI as just a potential tool that might, just might, help with that one little task. And now that you've got the basics down, you have everything you need to be part of the conversation. So welcome, you belong here.